So the camera has, this is the intake of the air, the outtake is on the other side. They created an empty core in the center of the camera. So the block, you only need Allen key. You can take the whole block completely. You can basically, the sensor is interchangeable. You can change the sensor if you need to. And if Sony produces a new sensor, you don't buy a camera, you buy a sensor only. So future development of sensors or whatever, once you open it, there's a little window that's the whole fan. So if you need to clean it or it's just 10 minutes, just get the fan, or you need to change the fan, just change it, put a new fan in, lock it, Allen keys, done.
Pretty good.
This time everything has been sealed, so there's no dust, no moisture that can get in. As on the 55, this is the R7 recorder, this is the XOCN and RAW recorder, and then you got the classic S/S cards. So you can do dual recording, you can still record the 16-bit linear, and proxies in 2K, now ProRes proxy as well you can do now. This is the operator's panel that you can quick access to the NDs. It's an 8-stop full range of NDs from 0.2 to 2.4, and they're true NDs. They're true neutral NDs. New viewfinder, quick release plate, which is quite a new thing in Sony that finally we've got as many screws as you need. Basically, we've been 3.5 years doing interviews to first ACs, second ACs, DITs, and so on how do you want a camera to be, without telling anybody what we're working on, obviously. And every single thing, all the buttons, everything is sealed, and it's big buttons. So because one of the things, the first thing we told them, like, we normally wear gloves on the set because it's normally pretty fat. So we need to have not like 55, that are a big hidden away. Red button on one side. This is all the maintenance, and this is going to be the remote control as well. Going back to the filters, it's all servo controlled. So if you got the camera on a drone or on a crane, remotely you can change the ND really quickly. So if the light changes and you got shadows and just change it all. Gonna go this. No, someone has done.
Should we go around the other way? Brilliant.
Similar menu that's on the 55, but completely built from the ground up as well. So basically, it looks like the 55, but it's been designed for the same engineers that do the PlayStation. So we brought an engineer to create the most user-friendly menu you can. Now you've got. Most of it is with the 6 buttons instead of being rolling down and rolling up as on the 55. You got a quick access menu. Then you got another option that basically just by holding the button, you got an advanced menu, and then you got the maintenance menu if you want, which is basically you can access everything. No more S-Log 2 on the camera. S-Log 2 for us is a legacy one. The sensor is 15 plus stops. Full frame 6K and aspect ratio agnostic, so you can use any lens from as far as from full frame lenses to 65mm lenses to 35mm lenses, and on and on and on. 24 out, 12 out, 12 out. No, sorry, it's in here. So finally, you got a whole inverter inside the camera, so you can fit it with 12 or 24 volts, and then you got 24, 12, or 12 out from it to get all the limo connectors for the viewfinder.
The F55 camera, the one you're actually talking about.
Independent outputs, that will be increasing with the firmware upgrades. Remember that on the 55, for example, we're in version 9 in 5 years. You will have independent looks on the different outputs. I think you can now have 3 different outputs with 3 different looks. You probably get up to 4 at some point, maybe. And that, I mean, in a quick review, that will be the curve. And the image is really nice. It's more gentle. I mean, my 65 is my baby. It is the camera I love the most. But this one just sits. It's a bit more gentle. I don't know how to. You need to come and see it.
I
I got
will.
all the raw material in there, and the recording format, the XOCM, it's a hell of an improvement. Because you're talking about 16-bit linear, 4K 4x3. We produce in an hour 380 bits. The 16-bit undivided. If you're talking in ProRes 444 with the same timing in 4K 444, you will be in nearly a terabyte an hour, and that's 12-bit.
Impressive. It's impressive.
And it's a video coding. So.
So that's a really good review. I appreciate.
Fast.
Yeah, appreciate your time. Thank you very much.